First at 6, less than a month to go before the Republican Party will nominate Donald Trump as its candidate right here in Milwaukee. The former president makes a campaign stop in Racine. Trump was greeted by these billboards across Racine County, courtesy of the Democratic Party, blasting him over the failed Foxconn deal there. Today's visit is his first to Wisconsin after his more than 30 felony convictions and after he reportedly called Milwaukee horrible. Here's what he had to say today about that.
Crime is way too high, as it is in many cities, and they got to watch the election because the election results last time in Milwaukee were terrible. I mean, it was just terrible what happened. But other than that, I like Milwaukee.
That clip you just saw, part of an exclusive one-on-one interview between the former president and our Charles Benson. It was the last thing he did, Charles, before he went on stage. You tried to squeeze a lot in a real quick window there.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of reporting about what did the former president say or didn't say, what was the context of what he said and didn't say about Milwaukee. So I thought, just directly ask him. And here's what he said. Former President Trump taking on Democrats and denying he ever called Milwaukee a horrible city. Did you say Milwaukee is a horrible city?
No, I didn't say it. They're liars. You know they're liars. They lie about everything. I like Milwaukee. I'm the one that picked Milwaukee.
He did claim big cities have a crime problem. So Milwaukee has seen a decline over the last year. But my question to you is how will you then work with big city mayors, Democrats like Cavalier Johnson, to address issues of concerns? He says there's just too many guns in the hands of the wrong people.
Well, there's too many guns in certain hands, and certainly I would agree with that 100%. And you can do various things about that, and you're going to have to do it because in some cities you have the wrong people having guns. We have to get much tougher on crime.
Anything specific?
Oh, but just basic great police work. You have to give the authority and the control back to the police. It's been totally taken away.
On immigration reforms, President Trump pushing back on President Biden's new effort to give about 500,000 non-citizen spouses and their children residence in the country without the threat of deportation. Do you support any protections for that specific group living under the threat of deportation?
Well, it's not going to be that group. It's going to be that group perhaps, but it's going to be many others. It's going to be a lot of the people that have poured in from prisons and from, if you take a look, from mental institutions. They're being emptied out all over the world. It's going to be much more than that. They're not stopping there. The only reason they're allowing all of these people into this country is for the vote. And, you know, for a while people weren't sure. Why would somebody do it? They're allowing them in. They want to try and sign them up to vote. They're doing it now. It's an illegal process. We're going to stop.
The other big information coming out of that interview, the former president pushing back on reports out of Chicago that he was going to stay in Chicago, not Milwaukee during the convention. The president telling me he will be in Milwaukee. He will be staying in Milwaukee. We're live in Racine. Charles Benson, TMJ4 News.
All right, Charles, thank you. Trump attacked President Biden on the economy and inflation. Michigan's Governor Gretchen Whitmer campaigning for the Biden-Harris ticket yesterday in Wauwatosa. She says Biden's policies have helped Americans.
We've seen take-home pay going up, but that grocery bill has gone up too. And so people feel that, and I think that's why they need to be able to see, oh yeah, Joe Biden was the one who's fixing the bridge outside my house.
This is Trump's third trip to Wisconsin since April 2nd. President Biden's been here twice in that same period and 4 times total since the start of the year.